many people can be the worst motorist in the entire country? Well, common sense would lead you to believe the answer to that question is 1. But, hey, if there's one thing I've learned after hosting this show, look out! For 7 seasons, it's that common sense, stop that, doesn't always apply on Canadian roads. Especially on big city Canadian roads. Whoa! Which is why this year, look out, buddy, look out! At our rehabilitation center, we're going to be focusing on big city driving problems. And speaking of focusing, this year, we're coming to you in high definition! That should make everything a little more intense. Whew! This is Canada's worst driver.
People think we find the candidates for Canada's worst driver. But the truth is, you find the nominees, then report them to us.
Hello? Oh.
Over 1,000 nominations came in this year.
Oh my God.
And the folks you're looking at right now
No.
are some of the better drivers.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm too big.
The most abysmal drivers you told us about
Oh, dude, you hit it.
have all been brought here to a parking lot in Niagara Falls. One of these 8 people really is Canada's worst driver. These 8 people are extremely dangerous. To make them less dangerous, they are headed to our sequestered rehabilitation center. There, they will be put through an extensive series of lessons and challenges designed to help them overcome the perils of driving in an urban environment. The slowest learners will stay with us till the end,
Okay, I'm way off course here. Way off.
while the ones who learn quickly will graduate and go home. When this educational process is complete, you will learn who deserves to be burdened with our unwanted title, Canada's worst driver.
Stop!
So your education is going to start tomorrow, but first, you actually have to get yourself to the Driver Rehabilitation Center. And inside these envelopes are directions on how you can get there. The Route 2 rehab goes from downtown Niagara Falls onto the highway and through a tunnel before finally arriving at our famous center, which this year is once again in the Dunnville, Ontario airport. Flora will be the first driver to leave. Let's go. When Flora moved from China 6 years ago, she had never driven a car. She got her Albertan license after just 10 hours of lessons. So what's the biggest thing you're hoping to get out of driver rehab?
I want to drive confidently and safely.
Flora's husband, Frank, nominated her as Canada's worst driver. What's the worst part of her driving?
On the highway. On the highway, she will, sometimes even stop.
Stop? Driving herself to rehab, it's easy to see why this home care worker hasn't developed any confidence.
Go. Go, quickly.
Instead of encouraging his wife,
Go.
Frank barks orders at her.
Drive, rush.
We put nominators in the back seat to make sure they can't grab the steering wheel.
Don't be too close to the right.
At home in Edmonton,
You don't know how to turn the wheel or what?
Frank grabs the steering wheel
A little bit left.
every time he drives with Flora.
Just go right. Stay with the right lane.
Because of Frank's belittling behavior,
Just go.
Flora's confidence has never received the shot in the arm it needs.
Go left.
Don't talk about that.
I know he's trying to do good thing for me, but sometimes it just hurts.
Watch out!
On the road to rehab, Frank's constant demand for more speed
Speed up. Can you speed up a little bit?
is making Flora want to quit.
Where are you going?
I just want to stop.
At the residential area?
Meanwhile, back at our parking lot,
Robert, you're gonna go next. You ready?
Cuban expat Robert wants to share his driving mantra with me.
Slower is safer.
Oh, yeah? Okay, hop in.
Robert thinks slower is always safer, even on the highway.
You're gonna be driving on the highway today, hey?
Wow.
How fast are you gonna go?
40? I'm gonna get out of the car.
That's Socrates. He nominated Robert as Canada's worst driver.
Slower is safer to a degree, but 40 on a road where people are going 100 is a recipe for disaster.
So you want me to go at least 60, 70, 80?
I would think that'd be much safer than going 40,
All right.
yeah.
Just leaving our empty parking lot takes Robert over a minute. On the streets of Niagara Falls, Robert can't keep up with traffic, and
You're passing a red light.
Robert isn't swift enough to obey the traffic lights.
Just stop.
Was green.
At home in Toronto, Robert's wife, Anna, has seen him slowly roll through many red lights.
Stop, stop, stop! Hey!
My God, Anna, you make me so nervous.
Every day, Robert goes to school, which should be a 30-minute drive.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Making that drive, though, takes Robert over an hour
Okay.
because he refuses to drive the speed limit.
I won't go to the speed limit because I think whoever made it made a big mistake.
Meanwhile, back at the parking lot,
You're nervous, aren't you?
Very nervous.
Vancouverite Dallas admits to always being nervous. But
I'm most nervous when I'm driving.
that's why her sister Jean signed Dallas up for rehab.
Like, she gets nervous on turning corners, she gets nervous on parking, on reversing.
When you're in the car with Jean, are you a better driver or worse?
Probably a little bit better because I asked her what I should do next. Is this supposed to be 2 lanes, Jean?
Getting out of Niagara Falls,
Speed limit here? 30 or 50, do you think?
Dallas asks Jean what to do next.
Oh no, where do I turn?
About once a minute.
What am I supposed to do again? Why is he there? Do I have to go around him? How come everyone's getting way ahead of me? How am I getting over there?
At home in Vancouver,
What am I doing?
this university student has even more questions.
Oh, am I gonna hit her? What am I doing? Should I go? Should I go? Can I still keep going? What's the speed limit again? Oh my god, I'm gonna kill somebody.
When we come back,
No, you're in the intersection. Bloody hell.
the rest of Canada's worst drivers hit the road to rehab.
I can't drive.
Do
Do you think people get mad at people who drive slow?
3 Canada's worst driver candidates
Look at this guy.
are on the road to rehab.
Speed up.
Okay, still on the highway.
And 5 more are waiting to hit the road.
All right, now who wants to go? Kevin, let's go.
Kevin says he's a bad driver because of his bad vision.
I'm permanently blind in the right eye.
Permanently blind.
Yes.
This grocery store worker's glass eye is just one reason that his boyfriend, Lenny, nominated Kevin as Canada's worst driver.
Since I've known him, he's been a horrific driver. He's putting himself and others at risk.
At home in McBride, BC, Kevin often can't see
Oops. Oh, yeah.
which lane is his.
But you were in 2 lanes there. Oh.
He frequently drifts into the right lane.
Like right now, you're in 2 lanes. Oh. You're actually in 2 right now? Oh. You're still in 2 lanes. Whoa!
Kevin's blindness obviously affects his peripheral vision.
I don't know where this side of my car is.
But what's more shocking
You stopped on a green light. Oh.
is that Kevin can't see what's directly in front of him.
I'll go. No, it's a red light. Ah! Did you not notice that in front of you? Going up before you mentioned it, no.
For his drive to rehab,
You're in 2 lanes again.
Kevin's vision hasn't magically improved.
Whoa, get in your lane, Kev.
He's still driving in 2 lanes.
And you're in 2 lanes.
The next potential disaster headed for rehab
You feel good about this?
No.
is Diane, who's only driven 30 kilometers in the 10 years she's been happily married to Stefan.
You were my last resort, so we're here.
Before Diane leaves, she has a very important question.
This is the brake, this is the gas, right? I know. This is the brake, this is the gas, right? Right.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
In every single car on Earth.
Okay.
Before leaving their home in Quebec, this loving couple told us their goal in rehab was to get Diane enough skills to feel confident on the highway because
I don't even know where to look.
Diane loses her mind on the highway.
I want to get off the highway, and I'm taking the first exit. That's it.
Just go to the next one, okay?
No, I'm going on this one.
Yeah.
This one.
No, the next one.
No, you.
Another one.
No.
Another one. Oh,
You.
another one.
You.
Please.
No. You. You.
Wait, please.
No. You, Steph. The next one.
I feel you can do it.
Hey, you. I hate you. I hate you. You, I hate you. I'm going off now.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
I hate you. I swear to God.
Our next nominee, Azim, gets so stressed out by driving.
I have a bald spot on the back of my head.
How much does driving contribute to that bald spot, you think?
The speeding ticket had a lot to do with it. $2,300 one.
You got a $2,300 speeding ticket?
Yes, I did.
At home in Edmonton, Azim explained his hair loss.
It's called alopecia. It's caused by stress.
Azim was nominated for Canada's worst driver
Hey, slow down.
by Ray, his buddy.
He's got a few driving habits that maybe he needs to get rid of.
Azim needs to get rid of
Nervous.
the stress that's caused by parking and the stress that's caused by anger
Just a little angry, that's all.
and the stress that's caused
Oh my God.
by slow drivers.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Vespa, come on. Off.
Today, Azim would be less stressed
So how do they catch the speeders here?
if he wasn't going 100k an hour in a 60 zone.
There better not be a cop around here.
Only 2 bad drivers remain.
Margarita, you ready to go?
I guess so.
Margarita wants to go to rehab because
Every day that I drive, I hit something.
Every day?
I had something, yeah.
Margarita's friend and business partner, Cheryl, nominated her as Canada's worst driver. Do you think she's fixable?
Nope.
No?
No. Unfixable.
If Margarita spends as much time trying to fix her driving as she does fixing her face, she'll be the best student we've ever had.
Don't touch up your makeup underway.
Oh, well, you know.
En route to rehab, Margarita smokes cigarettes, she talks on the phone, and
You didn't write the rest? Oh!
she focuses on her sandwich instead of on her safety.
That was a stop sign.
At home in Alberta, this bar owner is so unsafe, she's received the maximum amount of tickets that she can legally receive.
Hello? Who's this? Like, if I get pulled over one more time, I lose my license, actually.
Actually, Margarita shouldn't have a license because to get it, she bribed her tester.
I said, I'll give you extra money. And if you pass me tomorrow, and he said, okay, tomorrow $80. So I was like, okay.
The last driver booked into our rehab center this year is Klein, a dangerous 18-year-old who's here for the wrong reasons.
I'm here to prove to my mother that I can drive this way and still be relatively safe and that I'm a decent driver.
Oh, so you're not here to change?
Klein's mother, Maureen, is right to want her son to change.
He wrote off my car within 2 weeks of having his driver's license, so...
He wrote it off?
Yeah.
On the highway today, how fast are you going to go?
Probably over the speed limit.
Just drive safe. Don't do that. Just drive safe.
Klein said he'd drive safe, but less than a minute into the trip, he's staring at his phone, trying to figure out a new route to the rehab center.
Can I just see the instructions?
No!
If you find it disturbing to hear a teenager yell at his mother like this,
What?
you certainly won't be impressed by Klein's behavior at home in Kelowna.
It's a privilege to drive, not a right. They can...
I know it's a privilege.
Driving in British Columbia,
Okay, that's a yellow and like a really red light.
this short-order cook constantly speeds.
I'm in the fast lane.
He never checks his blind spots,
I can see my blind spots.
and he refuses to use signal lights.
Okay, there is no signal there. No signal? 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 Where's your signal?
Over there.
En route to rehab, Klein is driving like an uneducated fool.
I'm not!
When we come back,
It's so freaking stressful driving.
Canada's worst drivers arrive in rehab and park under their own picture.
You remember this show. It's been a year, but you remember.
Is it okay if I'm on the side of the street?
The Season 8 nominees for Canada's worst driver
Whoa. Where'd you come from?
are experiencing some uncomfortable moments. But they are homing in on our rehabilitation center.
Wow, finally we made it.
Robert is the first bad driver to arrive. Hey, Robert! And reverse into his parking space.
Excellent. Welcome to rehab, Robert.
Robert drove faster than usual to get here, but it scared the hell out of him.
I heard that you didn't signal once on that drive. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct. I focus on the road.
Is that why you ran the red light?
Yeah, I didn't see the red light.
Where the do I go now?
Diane is next to arrive in rehab.
Yeah, rehab center right there.
Today's drive is something Diane was not looking forward to.
Is the anticipation of driving being a horror show, is that why you never drove in your 20s?
Yes, most likely, yes.
On his way to rehab,
That's it. It's over.
Azim missed an early turn, then stressed out about it.
When I up, I focus on the fact that I messed up so much
Yeah.
that I basically set myself up for failure. And that's essentially probably the reason why I suck at driving.
Klein is setting himself up for colossal failure.
Oh no, we're gonna crash!
Approaching the rehab center in an 80 an hour zone, Klein passes two vehicles by speeding up to a life-threatening 135 kilometers an hour. 18-year-old Klein doesn't realize how fragile life is. People die out there. I have total confidence that you have the driving skills. Totally believe it. I just think you're not smart enough to actually use them correctly. On Dallas's drive to rehab,
Oh no, oh no, no, no. Does that mean I have to merge?
she has to pull over and cry.
Are we going the right way?
Yeah.
Dallas's fear of driving has gotten deeply under her skin.
I'm not afraid of needles and piercings and tattoos, but driving scares me.
Margarita's parking scares me.
That's the worst so far.
In fact, all of her driving is downright ugly.
But look how pretty she is.
Margarita likes acting cute. I want her to act smart.
For some people, it's a physical thing, and for some people, it's more of a mental thing. I think yours is all...
Kevin is next to arrive.
Welcome to rehab.
Woohoo! Getting here, Kevin drove like a total rookie.
Are you getting better with age as a driver, or are you staying the same?
Probably staying the same. I'm definitely not getting better, otherwise I would be a better driver already.
En route to rehab,
Go, go, go.
Frank has been telling Flora how to drive
Just go faster.
every inch of the way.
Okay, wait for the red car.
The last person to arrive in rehab might be the last to leave.
I think I might be staying in the rehab center for a long time.
When we come back, Canada's worst drivers go through our assessment challenge.
That was not cool. I killed somebody today.
That's the one. Thank you for that.
When the country's lousiest motorists arrived in our rehabilitation center yesterday, I confiscated their driver's licenses.
That's fine.
And they might not get them back.
There you go.
Do you know how you get that back?
I graduate.
Will you get that back?
I don't know.
Canada's worst drivers have yet to handle a car here at our rehabilitation center, but
they are going to get their hands on a very expensive sports car. Sadly, it will have dented doors, a scratched paint job, and the bumpers will be torn clean off. That's in the future, though.
right now, in the present, our pristine big city muscle car is as fresh as a daisy, and it looks like this.
How will this exquisite 400 horsepower Mustang GT end up looking like it's been trampled by 400 horses? You'll have to watch the entire season to find out, because this beautiful automobile will be driven in each and every episode. Starting with our assessment challenge.
I'll show you how it's done.
The assessment challenge starts with a tight U-turn around these concrete barriers. That deposits drivers into our reverse section, which goes straight back, around a turn, and straight again. After that, drivers turn around and finish the challenge by doing a forward slalom at 50 kilometers an hour. Let's go back to the beginning. As I said, the assessment challenge starts with a tight U-turn to the right.
This is going to involve a couple of zigzags back and forth.
While I'm doing those back and forth maneuvers,
My big fear is scratching this door.
Of course, I don't scratch it, but I also don't line up in a way that I can reverse out of here. So, I swing wide, then get my front end facing the right corner.
Now I'm fine. I got all kinds of room to go back through here.
Now I'm in the easy part.
Looking straight out the back with my arm around the passenger seat.
This steering technique gets me through the turn and to the finish.
Once drivers get through the reverse section, they turn around and they begin the forward slalom.
The forward slalom must be done at 50 kilometers an hour.
So let's go. Woo, the Mustang, she got pep. That's 40, that's 50 right there. Yowza, don't look at the speedometer, young husband. Look where you want to go. And then, woohoo, split the defense. And that's it.
The entire assessment challenge took me just 4.5 minutes.
Now, let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Watching how Canada's worst drivers do will be our team of experts. The fresh face on the panel this year is Tim Danter. He's our new head driving instructor. Shamala Kiru is back as our therapist. High performance driving instructor Philippe Laterno is in his usual seat. And as always, former Ontario Provincial Police Sergeant Cam Woolley will be explaining the legal ramifications of bad driving.
A passenger grabbing the wheel is dangerous and unlawful.
Margarita will go first.
You wearing proper driving shoes?
Yes.
High heels are treacherous for driving.
All you Mustang fans, I'm sorry. This might not go well.
Sure enough, during the opening U-turn, Margarita ruins the Mustang's beautiful paint job.
Stop, stop!
That's the hardest part of this show, watching these beautiful cars get ruined.
Well, so much for the pristine Mustang.
When she gets to the hallway of rims, Margarita is unable to go backwards in a simple straight line.
I don't know where I am.
What Margarita doesn't know is the meaning of front end swing.
Oh, Margarita.
You know what front end swing means if you've watched this show.
You.
Well, that's the front end swing I was talking about right there.
Off. Oh, me. Off.
Margarita is obviously frustrated. And when she gets frustrated, Margarita becomes embarrassingly dangerous.
Indeed.
When Margarita takes off on the 50k an hour slalom, her speed is monitored by Cheryl.
Go, go, go. You're not at 50. Go, 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 go. Okay, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Margarita's assessment is that she is bad at all aspects of driving.
I think we're going to be here a long time.
Stressed out Azim is up next.
Don't want to be the guy that scratches the shit out of this car.
10 seconds later, Azim scratches the car. And when he does it again, his stress accelerates. By the time Azim is going around the bend, his stress level is reaching the boiling point. And when Azim is boiling, care goes out the window. On the slalom, Azim starts with only one hand on the wheel, which is ridiculous.
That was not cool. I killed somebody today.
Azim needs to put less pressure on himself.
I f***ed up a lot. That's what happened.
Kevin is up next. Getting through the opening concrete section, Kevin scratches the Mustang and rattles Lenny's brain.
Oh, frick.
Driving in tight spaces is hard on Kevin's head, too.
Get away. Okay, all right.
Reversing through the rims,
Come on, you son of
Kevin is just as bad. And on the slalom, Kevin is worse.
Oh.
Kevin is a serious danger to the people around him.
Let's just hope that it never comes to a real person.
I know.
Because I really don't want to walk down a freeway holding a person's arm.
Question asking Dallas is up next.
Am I going on that side already?
Getting through the concrete section, Dallas needs a lot of help.
How far this way should I go? What should I do? Should I try turning this way? What should I do?
Getting through the reverse section, Dallas needs more help.
Is it a straight line? How much space do I have? Oh, am I on something?
Now the question is, can Dallas handle our slalom?
I'm almost like so scared right now. Okay.
The big question is, why does Dallas ask so many questions?
I don't know. My anxiety gets the best of me, I think.
When we come back,
All the way right, left, don't move.
the rest of the nominees go through our assessment challenge. I think we have a potential candidate. Canada's worst driver. Canada's worst drivers have been showing us their skill levels. Oops. By taking a pristine Mustang through our assessment challenge. Flora is the next driver, but
Yes, all the way right, left, don't move.
Frank is trying to control her driving.
All the way right,
And his directions
all the way left.
are not helping Flora.
Wow, I'm sorry.
I don't know if he's a good driver or not, but definitely he's got zero skill as far as being an instructor. And a lot of time when it gets very personal,
it becomes counterproductive.
You were wrong, okay? I don't want to argue with you, but
Okay,
you
then
were
what
wrong.
do you say?
All the way right, forward.
So for this assessment challenge, we want to try to assess what the driver knows.
Okay.
So why don't you just hop out and we'll see how she does without you.
Okay.
If you don't get back in the car, how long do you think it's going to take her to get out?
Years.
I don't think you have enough faith in her. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Thinking for herself, Flora gets free without making a single scratch.
She's got this, man. She's doing the right thing.
When I let Frank back into the car, guess what he does?
Straight. Straight and go.
Frank starts giving orders again.
Let your head go that way.
And immediately,
Like this.
Flora gets destructive again.
I don't know. All the way right.
You see, it's not always wise to follow your passenger's advice.
There is still something under the wheel.
Go further.
If you feel something under your wheel and your passenger tells you to go, don't listen to your passenger.
Go.
Little bit more. Yeah, okay, stop. Right, left.
Earlier, Flora told me she needed confidence, and I could not agree more.
Frank's control eats away at any confidence she does have.
It's time for the 50K an hour slalom. But Flora only goes 20 kilometers an hour.
What are you doing? Rush! Rush! Left. Yeah. Whatever. Go, left, more! Ouch!
Flora knows that she needs Frank out of the car.
Because he wants me to do the way he like. I want to think independently so I could learn.
Klein knows this challenge is for us to assess his skills. But instead of showing us what he can do,
I'm dead.
Klein intentionally scrapes our Mustang.
Oh, there it is. There goes
Wait,
that.
you could have backed up again.
I could have.
Klein doesn't try throughout this challenge. So, it's impossible to assess his skill level.
Honestly, I want to do it again because I know I could have done it.
Diane is up next.
Can I get out of the car?
Yes, you can, yep.
Unlike the other bad drivers, Diane frequently gets out of the car to see where she is.
Yeah, I hit it. Okay.
This smart approach doesn't make her drive perfectly, but it does get her through the concrete section with no serious scratches.
Actually, you did it.
No thanks to you.
On the reverse section, Diane is out of alignment.
It's just a straight line. It's not complicated.
Getting around the turn creates severe complications.
And once again, this is what we mean by front end swing.
How the do you do this?
A lot of time when people are backing up, they don't realize that the front end will swing really wide.
It's time for Diane's attempt at our slalom.
Tell me when I'm 50.
You're at 40. You're at 40. You're at 40. You're at 40. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
Diane needs help with all aspects of driving.
I was so. It's like I just want to cry.
Slow Robert is the final driver. Robert starts by going around the U-turn perfectly.
Okay, I got it.
And he gets lined up for the reverse section perfectly.
So can you speed up? No, I can't.
Why, Robert?
On the reverse section, Robert is fine. He gets through all the rims without knocking any of them over.
I think Robert could be a pretty quick fix. Once we address his speed problem, he should be good to go.
When Robert goes,
Ready, Socrates?
on the 50K an hour slalom, he only gets up to 38. And he doesn't steer. Robert wasn't turning the wheel enough because he wasn't looking far enough ahead.
But it's hard to turn when you are speeding.
You're not speeding. You're going 38 kilometers an hour.
I felt like I was flying.
When we come back, Canada's worst drivers come face to face with our experts.
Are you Canada's worst driver?
It's time for Canada's worst drivers to meet our experts. Starting with Robert, who likes to drive slow.
Hey man, how are you today?
Good.
You believe that slower is safer?
Yeah, I think so.
Under any circumstance?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a speeding ticket?
Yeah, for going too slow once when I was leaving my college.
When Robert tries driving the speed limit on the highway,
I started shaking the wheel, stuff like that.
When you were driving here to the rehabilitation center, you failed to remember to signal. How come?
I think it's because I was too focused on the road.
When you look, do you know where you're looking?
Just like a couple of inches on top of the wheel, like.
Here we go.
Instead of looking where you want to go, you're looking where you're going.
If you look too low, the dotted line will go like this, then you feel stressed because you think you're going fast. If you look far, same speed, same car, those dotted line over there at 500 meters ahead of you, they seem to be stopped. So now you're changing your perception of speed and you'll feel more at ease and then therefore more in control.
Okay.
What makes you afraid of the speed?
Well, I think I believe that I'm going to have an accident and people honking at you all the time, and that makes me so nervous.
Klein is not nervous. But guess how many accidents he's had in just 2 years of driving?
In that time, I have had over 10 accidents.
Who's paying for these accidents?
My parents, my family.
And I think that that's absolutely one of your biggest problems. You live in a consequence-free universe where you get to run over things and you don't lose your license, you don't lose your insurance, you don't lose your vehicle.
Margarita will lose her license if she gets any more demerit points, which are often caused by her panicking behind the wheel.
Like, I get a lot of anxiety when I drive.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Like, if I start to feel hot, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. Like, I can't calm myself down.
Dallas can't calm down while driving either.
Because I always end up doing something wrong, and then I freak out, and then I get overwhelmed.
Azim gets so overwhelmed by driving, his hair is falling out.
I just lose it, right? And it's definitely not good for me. It's not good for my body. I'm sure as hell it's not good for my car. And, I just want to get better.
Flora also wants to get better.
My driving skills is not good enough. I feel not safe to be on the road.
Diane feels so unsafe, she has avoided driving completely.
The truth is, I would love to drive. I would love to conquer my fear. But I don't know, I'm just afraid. I don't know, there's just something blocking me.
Nothing blocks Kevin from getting in his car and driving, but maybe something should.
Are you Canada's worst driver?
I think so. Based on my driving assessment, I believe I am.
Oh.
This is the part of the show where the experts and I usually hold a deliberation about who should graduate. But today, no one's going home.
Well, we've reached the end of our first episode here on Canada's Worst Driver, Season 8. 8. At this point in the show, we usually name a graduate. But, seeing as nobody has learned anything yet, we're not going to graduate anyone. Join us next episode when one of these dangerous drivers is returned back to public roads.
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver.
Green! Oh,
Wow.
The nominees learn the method of proper reversing. They They learn the importance of knowing where their wheels are. And they learn the consequence of doing an improper shoulder check.